today's positivity video. You're looking amazing. So for today's video, I got a message on Tumblr regarding about depression and coming out of it and how to kind of have motivation to kind of seize the day and stuff. This is kind of hard for me to address because it's really different for everybody, and some of these tips might work for me and they might not work for you. They might work for some people and might not work for others. But if they don't work for you, you can always adjust them, and you can just totally disregard this video if it doesn't work for you. In the past, I've gone through like really kind of dark phases where it was just like in a really deep slump, and it was hard for me to get out of them sometimes. And regarding this question, how you say getting up in the morning can be really hard, I totally get that, because there would be mornings when all I would do is just want to be in bed. And it's not even one of those feelings where it's, oh, I'm lazy, I want to lay in today. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't have the energy to get out of bed today. I don't have any desire to do anything. I think it's a very personal thing, because I think it really has to come from inside of you, and wanting to get out of it, it's not necessarily going to make you get out of it like 100%, like, oh, okay, today's gonna be amazing, I'm out of it now. But here are some tips on how doing this, it can be a little bit easier, and it doesn't have to be so hard, and you don't have to dread it, because you can take it at your own pace, and you just go however slow you have to go. You know, if one day you fall back, it's okay. It's okay. You don't beat yourself up over it, and you know, don't be mad at yourself for it, because it's just how we are. We're humans. We have setbacks. It's okay. We're on a journey. We're on a journey of getting better, and each day is going to be different. So tip number 1, I definitely suggest exercise. Now, I know that this might seem the farthest thing from what you want to do, but exercise really helps release good hormones. It releases happiness, it releases hormones that get your adrenaline going and get you pumped and stuff. And I'm no doctor or anything, but I know that it makes you feel good, and I know that exercise makes you healthy. So if we can take these and we can just focus on that, and focus on that goal of wanting to be healthy and that goal of wanting to be happy, soon the exercise, we won't have to dread it. We won't have to be like, oh, I'm so tired, or I don't want to go outside today. You know, you don't have to go outside. Going outside is great because there's fresh air, but you can stay inside and you can do exercises too. There's a couple links I'm going to link you guys to that are like indoor training things. There's Body Rock, there's Blogilates, there's a ton of stuff on YouTube. You're embarrassed to go outside if you are ashamed or any sort of thing you're feeling, you can stay inside in your room, which is amazing, and you can do these exercises and still get pumped. Guys, I think that sometimes a big issue is body image and self-esteem, and I think if we set a goal for ourselves and we try to meet it, you know, you don't have to say like, I want a 6-pack by next week. You know, it might happen, it really might happen, but let's start setting like little goals. Like, we can try and improve ourselves, and by doing those kinds of things, it really affects our self-esteem in a positive way. Don't compare yourself to other people. Number 2, together we are going to write somewhere. Write somewhere on your mirror. We're gonna write 3 things that we like about each other, or about ourselves, okay? So, I'm gonna write 1 thing that I think about myself physically, and 2 things I think about myself like inside, mentally, soul, mind. We're gonna put these in places that we can see all the time. Doing something of habit and then looking at those things turns into a habit, and it's a positive habit. Number 3, depend on yourself. This is a very personal thing because everybody has their own sort of thing they're dealing with, okay? We might have therapists, psychologists, counselors, doctors, parents, etc. You can totally disregard this tip if you want to, but it's one of the tips that I decided to put in here. I think that it's very easy to get attached to someone because we sometimes become emotionally dependent on them, and sometimes because we believe that they're a very good support system. That's really important, and it's so good to have a good support system, and that's my next tip actually. But we have to learn to be dependent on ourselves too. I have to learn to be dependent on myself. I feel like sometimes I am very dependent on people emotionally because, you know, I like having a good time. I like being happy. I don't want to be sad. I love being happy. I love surrounding myself with happiness and good times and fun times. But at the same time, if those happy times, if my good friends, if they can't hang out or they're busy or something comes up or whatever, I can't get sad at the fact that we can't hang out or whatever. I have to be able to depend on myself to bring happiness to myself, because in the end, we're all alone. At some point in our life, we're all going to be alone, and we have to be okay with being alone. Not lonely, but alone. Because we're not going to be lonely, because we're going to have ourselves. Am I right? Am I right? We're going to have ourselves, and we're not going to be lonely. We're going to have amazing times with ourselves. That being said, I'm not saying that these people aren't important. It's so important to have a good support system. My next point, number 4, surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with a support team. There's a quote that says, the 5 people you surround yourself by are the 5 people that you most likely become. Like, those traits that they have, you sometimes will pick up on, and you might start, doing them. It's important to surround yourself with positive people because they motivate each other. We're gonna motivate each other. We're gonna bring each other great support. Having positive, inspirational, motivational, goal-driven people around you is what's gonna help you. And we're going to say, dang, that's really inspirational what she just achieved, or she's going through a really hard time but she got through it, and that's really motivational. I can do this too. It's totally possible. And with this, positive people bring positive vibes, and positive vibes are the best thing ever, and that's what we would need right now. Number 5 has 2 points actually. So basically it is believing in ourselves and giving. We're gonna believe in ourselves because we are all we have right now, okay? Don't think of it as a thing that's like detrimental. We're lonely and we only have ourselves and this is like so scary. It's not. We are gonna get through this, and we are all we have. We're gonna do this together, but in a personal, in our own way. We're going to set out positive vibes. We're going to give positivity out to the world, because when you give positivity, when you give kindness and niceness out into the world, you will automatically get it back from the universe. Don't expect this, because expectations are sometimes really bad. But the universe does work like this. Karma, I believe in it heavily. Whatever you put out into the world, you will get back in some sort of form. If Jenny and Greg both have depression, they both are sad all the time, they both are angry all the time, but they're both on different paths of life. But they both are gonna get through it together, giving positive vibes and positive motivation, but as individuals, because they both have different paths in life and both have different ways of getting through things. If you can take out one of these tips from all of these tips, then I'm really happy that I could try and do that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to fix your life for you. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just merely putting things out there for you to grasp if you want to. Where you want to get to, you're gonna get there. I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing day. Stay positive. Put out the positivity into the world that you want back at you, and keep on keeping on. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.